Okay, so I'm really excited we have Nicole on tonight. Nicole, I saw you and now I just lost you. I don't know where you went. I'll find you in a second. But oh, I found you. Hi. So Nicole just okay, so I wrote 3 months, but it was 2.5, right? Yeah, okay. Listen, 2.5, I said 3 months, but I would be picky too if someone was saying 3 months and I promoted to diamond in 2.5. So I'm gonna make sure that like y'all know 2.5 months going diamond. Like, wow, that's amazing. I'm super excited to hear your story and just what you do. I'm probably gonna pick your brain a little bit. So hold on, let me unmute you.
No matter what happens, I'm still here.
All right, I think you're good.
You're still my.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, awesome. So Nicole, tell us your story up until hold on. Can you guys mute yourself, please? Okay, I got it. That was so loud it scared me. Hold on, let me unmute you again. All right, you're good. Are we good? Oh, I thought I heard someone else unmuted. I'm like, how? Okay, tell us your story up until you got started. We'll start with that.
Okay, so I'm Nicole. I'm 22 years old. I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I work at Nature's Way, which is like a vitamin company, and it's basically like a manufacturing setting. And I am not living the dream life there. I dread going there every single day, and I kind of just wanted something more. Life paints this picture of you have to go to a job that you hate every single day. It's just life, but I was like, there's got to be something more than this. So I kind of watched Nicole for about 4 months, and I reached out to her, and I was like, if she can make this much money doing this and having all this free time, I can do at least half of what she's doing and be successful. So I reached out to her, I joined, and I never looked back.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so I love how you said like it's so true. I feel like so many we just like get stuck in like the motion in the steps, and I'm sure many people on here, if maybe not all of you, but most of us on here, including myself, like I was told the same thing. Like I was told to like go to school, work hard, get good grades, and find something that you love, and you'll get a good job and you'll have this like white picket fence life, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. And when I got to college my freshman year, I didn't know what I was studying, so I was just trying stuff out. Like I was just trying things out. And then my junior year came and I still didn't have like one major. And they're like, oh, well, it's fine. Like you got a little time. You have a few months. I'm like, a few months for me to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life? I'm like, that's crazy. I don't know about you. I don't know how people just like, I don't get it. I feel like some people change what they do and what they love like throughout their entire life sometimes. So that's so awesome that you found this. So I think Nicole told me before that, did you join once and then stop and
Yes.
come back? You
Yes.
did. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I joined probably almost 3 years ago, and I did it for maybe a month and a half. And I guess it was the timing, or it was my attitude. I think a lot of it was my attitude, and I just wasn't, I joined and I wasn't finding success right away, and I was kind of like, this isn't for me. I'm just gonna give up. And if I would have stayed in it, I don't even imagine where I'd be right now. But I think it all worked out for the best. I joined the best team this time. I could not be more thankful. And I think my reason why I joined before just wasn't motivational enough for me. And yeah, I just feel like my mindset was not in the right place. And this business is 80% mindset. You just have to have the right mindset and stay positive.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So you said 3 years ago?
About 3 years ago, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So like this is meant to be. If you come back and you're like, let's do this, and then you go freaking diamond in 2.5 months, like that's insane. That's so awesome. Okay, so tell us a little bit about like how you felt when you first joined. Like we all come from different walks of life. We all have different stories, but when you joined, did you jump right into it, or did you have a little hesitation? I'm assuming you jumped right into it because of how you promoted so quickly, and because this is the second time of you doing it, but I'm just kind of curious as far as that, especially if there's a lot of new people listening too.
Yeah, so when I joined, I had the mindset of quitting my job and doing this full time just because I dreaded going to my job every day. So I wanted something new. And I knew from top leaders and when I joined under Nicole that they were doing this full time. So I knew if I put in the work, I could do it too. And so I jumped all in, and I actually did not sign my first customer till probably 3 weeks in. And yeah, it was, I was like a little hesitant. I was like, okay, like, what am I doing wrong? But I did not give up, and I just went all in, and then people are watching me. So it just happened like crazy. I stayed consistent. Consistency is key, and people are watching me, and it just happened for me. I continued doing what I was doing, and I just saw success. I started reaching out to people, and I just put blinders on, and I went all in, and I put every ounce of time I had into this from when I woke up till when I went to bed. So I just gave it my all because this is the one thing that I really wanted.
Wow. Okay, guys, I didn't know this. So you didn't roll your first customer until 3 weeks in, and you still promoted in 2.5 months. Guys, any of y'all are having doubts right now, you need to throw them away. You need to get rid of them, because if this doesn't pump you up right now and give you like some type of motivation or inspiration or confidence that you can do this, I don't know what will, because that's so awesome. That's so amazing. And not only that, guys, something that she said, you know what's crazy too? You didn't enroll your first customer for 3 weeks, but do you guys hear like how she's talking, how confident she is? She literally just made the decision that she was going to go all in. She wasn't going to quit. She was going to be positive. She was going to do the dang thing no matter what. And not most of the time, but a lot of the times, and hopefully none of you on here are going to do this, people get so discouraged because they don't get their first customer their first day, or even their first week, or even their first 2 weeks. And she kept going for 3 weeks till she rolled her first customer, because she believed in the system, because we have a system that works, right? It's not going to happen overnight. You know, sometimes people jump in, they roll 1 million customers in the first 5 days. Great, right? But that's not going to determine, that's not necessarily going to determine your success. Like, it's about that consistency, and that is what she kept saying. She said consistency like 4 times, and it is so stinking important. All right. So when you first joined, so as far as like the work and the tasks that you do every day, has that changed from the beginning, or are you kind of doing the same right now?
It changed a little bit, but most of it's the same. So, do you want me to like do daily kind of thing?
Yeah, I was also going to ask, like, was it like trial and error for you? Because listen, when we first start this business, like, it's a lot. Like, it definitely is at first. You know, the tasks that we do every day are like, what we do is easy, right? But figuring that consistency and making it a habit and figuring out what works for you it definitely takes some time, and it can definitely be a little overwhelming at first. So yeah, kind of just go into what you started to do every day, and maybe you can talk a little bit about like any, not necessarily regrets that you have, but any advice that you have for people who are new and jumping in, just kind of like giving them some grace as far as like doing tasks, or as far as finding, what works for them, and just, the things that you did to help you personally.
Okay. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is post on my story, and I drink my keto coffee every single morning. So that's something that I post about, if not every day, like every other day. And being a product of the product, I think, is huge. Not only are you promoting the product, but people see you using the product and getting your own results is just a game changer. So that a lot of people reach out to me and like, wow, these are your results. Or like, does this actually work? Because they see me using it, and that's huge. But also posting on your story a lot throughout the day. I try to shoot for every hour to 2 hours to stay consistent, and it bumps you to the front so more people are going to see your story throughout the day. That is huge. And whether you don't have the time or not, like I worked in a manufacturing setting and I could not be on my phone. So every time I went to the bathroom or on break or any time I had, I would post something, and I would get something ready the night before. So I wouldn't have to like sit there and look. I would just have it ready and I could post. And that would keep me, bumped to the front, and people would see my stories more and what I have to offer. And posting on like your Instagram and Facebook, I think is huge to use both of those social medias, and doing posts to your feed like every day, every other day, especially in the beginning, I think is huge because people are watching you and they don't necessarily know what you're doing yet. And I would not be where I am without cold messaging. So that is huge, and that has brought in so many sales. So basically, cold messaging, if you guys don't know already, is you reach out to random people or friends and family and just asking them to try products for you, and you are giving them your amazing discount. And you have to be a firm believer in these products because they do work. But basically reaching out to people that more than likely won't reach out to you because you're either afraid or they're not sure, that brings in a lot of sales. So that is a huge thing that helped me promote so fast. And broadening your business by adding people, following people is huge too. And I actually got kicked off Facebook last month twice while I was trying to promote to Diamond, and just by adding so many people. So I kind of slimmed it down to maybe 20 people a day on each Facebook and Instagram. That's another huge thing, is trying to broaden your business, which brings me to host a post. So host a post is huge. We do a giveaway every single month, and that is literally doing the work for you. It brings in new people for you to interact with. It brings you sales that, bringing those new people brings in sales. So someone posting a post for you, they're happy because they're getting entered into a giveaway, and you're happy because it's helping you interact with new people and potentially getting new sales. So it's literally doing the work for you. It's super simple and fun. And that is also a huge reason why I promoted so fast. Another thing I would recommend doing, so I did not start doing this till probably 3 weeks ago, is next day follow-ups. So if you are like in mid-conversation with a customer, it just falls through if they fall asleep, or like, oh, can we do this tomorrow or whatever, I follow up the next day, because if you like kind of leave it till the next week, they might be like, oh, who is this? Like, they have no idea who you are, or they just forget. And then they're like more likely not to buy from you or not to join your team. So next day follow-ups are huge. And I think it's staying consistent and making it more personable with, you care about them and wanting to help them out. So next day follow-ups are huge as well. And
I love that.
yeah, that's a lot.
I hope y'all are taking notes here. I'm taking notes. Listen, there's not a title or an amount of paycheck that will ever get me to stop taking notes, because this is gold, right? We can always be learning. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't know if you were done, but if you're not done, continue.
I'm trying to remember what else that I was gonna say. One thing that, like, I think a lot of people who have been in this for a while are nervous about asking their upline for help. And, like, you don't have to always think that you can answer potentials on your own. I think reaching out to your upline for help is huge. Just because they've learned what it takes to be successful, and they will help you do the same. So never be afraid to reach out, because for a few weeks I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it on my own. And then I realized real quick that it wasn't working out the best. So I started reaching out more, and it just became more successful. And another thing that I kind of did was, so I never knew what to post really. So what I did was I went to like my top line, and I went to their friends who are in this business as well, and other top leaders, and I kind of mimicked what they post. So I kind of watched how they posted, what kind of pictures they posted, and I literally copy and paste my way to where I am, but I changed it to make it more relatable to my life. So I didn't know what to necessarily post, but I knew of like an idea of what to do, and then change some words around. And that's huge. I think it's not only copying, pasting, but you're looking at what top leaders do and how they're being so successful, so you can kind of learn from them as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. All right. Question. How many no's do you get from people, and how many people ignore you?
A lot. So I would say, like, out of 100 people, maybe 10 people answer me or say yes. So I get so many no's during the day. I get left unread all the time. And a lot of people get discouraged from that, but don't, because whether they answer you or not, you're planting a seed. So if you're like cold messaging them, or they comment on one of your posts and you message them about that product and they just don't respond, you're still planting a seed. They're watching you. They're wondering what you're selling, whether like they're going to buy from you now or they're going to watch you and buy from you in a month. They're going to be watching you because you brought that conversation up. But I get told no more times than I get told yes. And, I just look past it, because there's going to be a million no's, but there's going to be so many more yeses. And you just have to look towards those yeses to be successful. You can't let those no's discourage you.
I love that so much. Guys, I want you guys to comment in the chat how many no's you probably think you get a day. Let's comment in the chat how many no's you think you get. Let's have a little fun here. That was kind of like a trick question, but that's very good. It's very good. All right. Ooh, okay. Wow, guys, look at this. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm going to wait a little more so you guys can't make up numbers after I say it. Look at you. Okay, so I can almost guarantee you that the person on here with the most no's probably enrolls the most. If that makes sense. And like 100%. And if not, then there could be something else in the mix. So maybe you get like 400 no's a day and you're not really enrolling. So if that is true, then maybe you need help with the conversation, right? Or maybe you need help with the follow-up, right? And everything that she mentioned, guys, all these things I have been doing every day for almost 5 years. All of these things that she mentioned, Nicole has been doing like for almost 5 years. Marley does it, Samira does it. Like, we all do these same things. And like I said before, the tasks that we do are easy, right? They're very easy, but you have to make the decision to do them every day and have that consistency and work them through your busy schedule, right? You have to make that decision. You have to want it. You simply have to want it, right? But wanting it every single day is not easy, because I can tell you guys right now, Nicole and I definitely do not wake up every single day, gung-ho out of our bed, ready to take on the freaking world. No, it's not that easy, right? But we do know that our drive stems from something. And if you guys don't have that or don't know what it is, and you really have to dig deeper, right? You have to dig deeper. For Nicole, she was absolutely miserable at her job, right? But for me, I never even like had a real full-time job. Like I found this business as a junior in college, and like I just found it at a perfect time, and I was making more money before I graduated college than I would have made with a job out of college, right? So for me, that's what sparked it. But again, you guys have to figure out your why. You have to figure out what it is that's going to help you find this consistency, because you're not going to be like, this is not a 9 to 5, right? We don't have a boss telling us what to do every day, and if we don't do it, we're fired. It doesn't happen like that, but it comes with trial and error. And just like Nicole said, you know, we're going to make mistakes. And again, it is trial and error. The first, she said when she first started, she wasn't really reaching out to her enroller, Nicole, and she realized that wasn't working out well. And you guys know that because it took her 3 weeks to enroll a customer, right? But anyways, Nicole, do you use a planner? Like, how do you remember to do all these things every day?
I actually just bought a planner that Nicole told me to get. Before that, I just have like a bunch of notebook paper everywhere, and I write down like follow-ups or little notes that I have to do. But now I have a planner, which is way better. And like on the days that you have to follow up or, you know, schedule to do whatever, I think that's way easier, and I would definitely recommend getting one. There's one on Amazon for like $30, I think. So.
Okay, awesome. So do you have like a task list on a piece of paper that you check off, or do you set alarms on your phone like I do, and they go off every 10 minutes and I drive everyone on this earth insane? Or do you just like what did you do when you first joined? Because obviously it might be so natural to you that it's a habit right now, but when you first joined, like, you know, if anyone's new on here and they're like trying to figure out the tasks that they need to be doing every day and find that system that works for them, what's some good advice that you have?
Honestly, when I started, I'm still ignorance on fire, and I just kind of do. I don't really have a task list. I just make sure that I'm, you know, messaging people, posting on my story, reaching out to people who I had conversations with daily, and I just know that I need to do that every single day. I could write it down in case I forget, but I don't really have like a checklist to go through. Although like follow-ups, I make sure I write them down, or potentials that I need to go through.
Okay. Are you yellow red yellow, or red blue? Do you know your color personalities?
No.
Okay, because you're literally just like me. I'm like, dang, maybe she has a system, and I'm like, so sometimes I'm embarrassed when we talk about like being organized and having a planner and having, you know, a task list and all that. But I'm like, I just embrace it till this day. I used to try to avoid talking about it, and now I'm like, you know, we all work so differently, and I'm the same way as Nicole. Like I can tell I can tell that you're very goal oriented like I am, and that comes kind of naturally for you instead of task oriented. So, and you could tell me wrong, but for example, and this is what I tell everyone to do, guys, stop being so task oriented. Yes, you should be focusing on the tasks that you need to do every day. And if you're someone who needs a planner or needs a list written down in front of you every day for you to do it, then 100% do it, right? Everyone is so different. But instead of focusing on sending out 100 messages a day, or you know, sending out 50 messages for host to post, focus on getting 10 new numbers for potential customers a day, right? Or 5 new numbers for PDTs, potential distributors a day. Focus on getting up 10 host to posts, right? So this is what is being goal oriented. And then you can extend it to that and be like, every day when I wake up, guys, I've been doing this since I first joined. I say to myself, I'm not going to bed until I enroll 3 little customers and 1 distributor, just like for an example, right? Like I claim my goals, and so then I know that I'm going to do whatever I can each day to achieve that, right? This is being goal oriented, and I'm sure Nicole, you're a lot like that. You go, and you're focused on that little customer or that distributor. I love that. But I forgot what I was going to ask you before. Oh, do you have a number of cold messages that you do a day? Because I'm sure some people are probably wondering this. Or are you just focused on, like I was talking about before, like getting certain amount of numbers or whatnot?
Yeah, I don't really have a set number. I just kind of do every single day. Like, I guess I would try to send out at least 10 cold messages a day. Um, I don't know. I just know that I need a certain goal, and I'm just going to put 100% work into it every single day. I don't really have a set number.
I love that. No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, and so does the same go for host to post? Like, do you message like X amount of people for host posts, or do you say like I'm gonna get up 10 minimum host posts a day, or do you just do it until you're seeing results consistently?
Yeah, I actually don't message for host to post. I just do like, a picture or whatever, and then say drop an emoji or whatever to enter. And then I will message those people. Like I don't go out of my way to message people unless they comment. And then I don't have a set number for that either. It's just as many people as they can to post for me.
Okay,
Kind of
awesome.
what I do.
Listen, no, that's great. Everyone works so differently, right? As far as their tasks or their goals for the day, or what motivates them, right? Or what gets them going, what brings them that feeling of just doing it, right? So I love that so much. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the follow-up you're talking about? Because I know Nicole is like loves the everyday follow-ups, and we like originally started that from Nay. But how I want you to tell everyone like how important the follow-up is and how crucial it is, and how much you love doing it every day now, because I know that you emphasize on that. So it's very important. So tell us about the follow-up a little bit.
It is very important. Actually, just very, very important. Just 2 days ago, I had like 3 potential customers, and they either fell asleep or was like, "Can we do this tomorrow?" So one thing that I do recommend before, like they want to do it tomorrow and you follow up, is you have limited spots for this discount. And I get like their email and put their spot on hold for the next day, so they know that they're going to order the next day, and I'm going to follow up with them the next day.
I love that. That's awesome. So when you're talking to a customer and they say like I don't get paid until Friday, for example, do you say like, okay, all I need is your email so I can like hold your spot for you? Is that what you do?
Yeah, Nicole just taught me that like this past week.
Wow, I love that. It's creating a sense of urgency. You're like locking them in. It's you just taking control over the conversation even more, right, guys? And that's what's super, super, super important. So even if someone tells me like, I get paid Friday, or I'll text you tonight when I get out of work, like I'm going to take full control of this, right? So I always say, okay, what time Friday will you be ready? Or, okay, what time are you out of work tonight, right? And then I make a reminder or an alarm, put it in my planner, whatever it is, so that I'm going to remember to follow up with them, because I'm not trusting people. I don't wait for people to come to me, right? And that goes for cold messaging too. And that was something that I was trying to write down, but I was writing a million things at once, is guys, like you have to be messaging people. Like you can't wait for people to come to you. I just had you said something about how I think you said like maybe you'll message people and you know, they say, you know, they've been seeing your posts, or maybe they might be afraid to reach out to you, kind of thing. But it's so funny because before we get on this, that literally happened to me. And then Amy Mackler, I don't know if she's on here, but she messaged in one of our group chats that happened to her too, where I sent out a message, I don't know, about host posts or something random. She said, so funny that you messaged me. I was thinking about messaging you about your weight loss pills that you just posted. And she literally signed up, and it was a 124 BV order. Like, if I did not reach out to her, I would not have 124 BV order just right now, right, guys? So it's all about perspective. You know, the worst that's going to happen is people are going to say no, right? Okay, move on, right? And I love how you also said, you know, if people are not answering you and you're messaging them, you're still planting that seed, right? Because they're watching your post now. They're like, oh, who is this girl? And they're going to go creep your page and read all your posts and watch your stories now. Like, that's what you want, right? We don't message people just to like make that sale right there. No, we do it to plant the seeds and to grow our network, right? So that's super, super, super crucial. Okay. Woo. Nicole, I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. All right. All right, guys, who's pushing for Diamond? Let's comment in the chat here. Heck yeah. That's so exciting. So did Nicole tell you, Nicole, ever, like, they say that when you go Diamond, you literally get your license to print money?
Yes.
Like, guys, Diamond is awesome. And I'm going to break it down for you really quick. And then I'm going to ask you just like one last question. And if you guys have any questions for her too, comment in the chat, please. But guys, I'm going to break this down for you. You go Ruby once, right? And you teach someone on your team to go Ruby, you can literally go ambassador in this company. Ambassador is just a crap ton of rubies, right? It's just a bunch of rubies. So you take out a ruby chart and you freaking master it, which is just three boxes, right? And 2,000 in volume, which is essentially like, it could be 4 orders of the triple threat from you and from 3 people, right? That, guys, it is simplicity, right? Diamond is 3 rubies. That's it, 3 rubies. You teach yourself and you go Ruby, and then you teach one person on your downline to go Ruby. You literally can literally go ambassador, right? Like, guys, I'm not just saying this. I'm not saying this, right? Like, it is so stinking doable, 100%. So focus on Ruby. Ruby is like the block. Like, Ruby is like, that's it. That's all. That's essentially all you need, right? And then it's just duplication from there. Okay, let's see. What is she called? Doing? Okay, so Brittany asked, what are you cold messaging? I think you went over that really quickly, right?
Not exactly what I say. I can like always comment it in after, but it's basically like, hey Sarah, I know this is super random, but I was wondering if you want to be a product tester for me. I think you're beautiful. You would get my amazing discount for doing so. Would you be interested?
Love that. Super simple, right? Guys, she's not making this stuff up either. Like, she's not making this stuff up, right? So it's super simple. I love that. Keep the simplicity. Less is more. Don't make it a long message. People get bored and stop reading after the first 3 sentences anyways, but it's really that's it, right? And it's funny because so a lot of people on here are probably thinking like, yeah, right, she's definitely like hiding something. She definitely has a secret, right? She has a secret. I'm telling you right now, I don't know Nicole very well because she's not on my team. But I do know that she's just hard freaking working. She puts in the dang work. She does it. Like, she just does the dang thing, right? She takes a message, she sends it out, she has a conversation. She saves stories the day before she goes into work, and then when she's at work, she takes the 30 seconds that she has randomly throughout her day and posts stories, right? Because that's what the successful people at the top of the company are doing, guys, right? Success leaves clues. All right, we have another question. How often do you do the interactive post for host to post? I'm assuming she means the giveaway on your page.
Usually in the very beginning of the month. I do like 3 times. So like in the beginning, middle, and end of the month.
Okay. So 3 times.
You can do more, but that's just kind of what I do. So it's kind of like the beginning, the middle, and then like the last call.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. Let's see. How do you... Okay. Brittany, so as far as like the 90-day challenge and everything, that's going to be in the conversation. So make sure you're talking to your enroller, your upline, and she'll explain that to you, because that comes in throughout the convo. Okay. And then Vanessa, if you guys don't know what Ruby or Diamond is, you need to find the charts. You can find the charts in your Connect app, guys. Go to the Connect app, click resources. They got them right there. Or again, reach out to your enroller upline. That's why we're here. All right. Nicole, I'm so stinking excited for you. I can't wait to watch you and see you go double diamond. But you're amazing. You're so stinking brave. You're so hardworking. And I know for a fact that a good amount of people on here really took a lot from you, because it's funny because when you're talking, because you remind me so much of myself. Like it's like, you know, I keep saying this business is like, it's simple, right? What we do. So whenever like I talk about the tasks that I do, like Nicole is, I'm very like straightforward, just like she is too. I'm like, well, I just talk to people. Like, I just send a message out. I get post to post up. I add people. I post on my page and my story, and then I follow up. Like, because it literally is that simple, guys. And then I trust in the system, just like Nicole does too, right? Just like Marie and Aaron and Chelsea, like we all do those same things, right? So no circumstance is going to limit you guys whatsoever, right? Every single person here is capable of doing that and seeing results and being successful and promoting to diamond, right? And double and beyond. But you have to make that decision and believe in yourself, guys. You got to believe in yourself, because each and every one of you here are so stinking capable. All right. No more questions? Let me just look real quick. All righty. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm cheering all of you guys on. Stay healthy, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. Bye.
Thank you.